Hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday night's Messages of Love from Above. Hopefully, you can hear me good. This morning, I know my microphone just refused to work, and I did look in between then and now. We did go into the Mercury retrograde pre-shadow yesterday, so weird things happening. But hopefully you can hear me good. So let me know if you cannot, of course. But before we get started into the readings, I do want to send love out to the world. And if you'd like to join me in doing that, I, of course, would love for you to join me, whether you're watching this live or on replay. We can always join together outside of space and time to send that beautiful love out to the world. So I'm going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And just allow that beautiful unconditional love of up above to flow down into our hearts, fill us up and flow out to the world, surrounding the globe in a giant, giant bubble of unconditional love, sparking each and every heart that is ready to move up to a higher and higher and higher vibration of love, helping all of humanity to evolve and move forward in love. And if you are in need of love in this moment for your heart, your mind, your body, a loved one, a relationship, a situation, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now. Just take it in like a giant hug from your angelic and higher posse of love and support. You're always surrounded, always receiving love from your beautiful, beautiful support team. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and for allowing me the space. Before we get into the readings, I do want to make sure everyone knows on Mondays, I do have a giveaway. Here is the link to the video for this Monday. I will be giving away a 1-hour personal recorded reading. And I also have news on there about monthly giveaway news. So if you want to check that out, that is the link for that. Also, I have merchandise that I sell. They're t-shirts and sweatshirts and little things through. It used to be known as Teespring. They just call themselves Spring now. But they're offering 25% off on one order on their side, which means they're cutting into their profits, not mine. And so I definitely want to celebrate that with you. And so here is the announcement for that and the promo code and the link to my website that shows all my different designs if you're interested in any of that. But it was really a nice giveaway. So I thought I'd make sure everyone knew that. Also, we are still in the Libra full moon energy. So if you haven't checked out the pick a card reading, you can check that out. It also includes at the beginning how you can use full moon energy, especially this Libra full moon energy, for the most powerful ways. The pick a card was, where can you use balance in your relationships? So that was a really fun one. And then lastly, if you have not checked out your April reading yet for each individual zodiac sign, here's the playlist for that. So a lot of free content, additional messages. So I always like to share those. And that is it. So let me just get my desktop all set up here and we will get into the readings. Looks like my little volume indicator is going good. So I feel like you guys can hear me well, hopefully. And if you're new to my channel or my readings, Um, how the free readings work is I do go down in order in the chat, first come, first serve. So there's no special list. There's nothing special like that. It's the chat is the list, and I just go down there. And if you don't want to put out your business out there, totally understand that too. And all you can do is just ask for a general reading, and Spirit will know what you're wanting to hear about, and the cards will come through in relationship to that. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange, and I'll step out of the free readings to complete those. I do dive deeper into them as well. And then I return back to the free readings and move down the list in order again. How you make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom. YouTube takes about a third of that for administrative fees. But if you want to make a donation other ways, I also have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. All of those are in the pinned comment at the top of the chat, and then also in the description box of the video. So no specific amount for donations. A donation is a donation. Everyone's funds are different from person to person and from day to day. So I totally understand. I don't look at the dollar amount. I just honor the energy exchange. All right. I think that is it. Hope everyone is having an amazing weekend so far. And if not, we can flip it around, right? That's what it's all about. All right. So I don't think I have any donations yet. Great. So we'll jump in here and we'll start at the very top of the free readings. I have Felicia Feng. Hello. So will you get the expected salary at the agency job position? Ooh, let's take a look here. And by the way, I am continuing to use the Santa Muerta tarot this weekend. So if you like it, you know what it looks like and where you can pick that up on Amazon or wherever you guys get your lovely spiritual tools, right? So Felicia, let's take a look here. And all right, well, here we go. Oh, I feel like you are because you've actually got two Pentacles cards. So you've got the Page of Pentacles and you've got the King of Pentacles. So both of these represent, new money coming in. And the King of Pentacles is buku loads, right? It's about abundance, overflowing. So for me, both of these cards coming up here are a yes on the expected salary. And I even feel like there's going to be some sort of gain sharing or profit sharing kind of bonus that they mentioned too. It's like it's going to be extra stuff, not like your necessarily your salary, like your monthly salary type of thing. And they're like, and every quarter, based on blah blah blah, we can even have a bonus. So I feel like there's going to be something or annual or something like that is also involved. So I like that for you, Felicia. So many blessings to you. All right. And up next, we've got Dollface Diva coming in. And you want a general for next week. So let's take a look here and see. What do we have here? What else next week? All right. Let's take a look here. So you do have the Eight of Swords here. The Eight of Swords, they're like our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. And the Eight of Swords is about realizing what of our own thoughts, our own beliefs have made us feel small and restricted and blinded and bound and trapped. But I like the Star card coming in here because this is awareness of what it is, and you're removing things, and there's a movement away from those with that awareness. And the Star card is about wish fulfillment and about seeing. It's a balancing type of energy too, but it's known as one of the wish fulfillment cards. And I really feel like what you're going through, you're really discovering more and more and more what wish fulfillment, how you're defining it. Because these small t truths, these fears of losing conditional love, these are all these opinions that we were given all our life about what your dream is supposed to be, what a wish come true looks like, blah, 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 blah. And so we have all this, right? And then that's where we feel like we're blinded and someone's describing to us what our dream should look like when we're like, well, let me just remove this and I'll tell you what my dream is. And I feel like that's what you've been going through. You're just whittling away at some old beliefs, some old desires about what it would mean to have your dream come true. And I feel like you're transforming that and you're continuing to cut away these beliefs that you've had for so long. I mean, we all have had them since we were very young. We didn't know any better, we just took it all on. Sure, that's my dream, why not. But now we realize I can not accept that. I can exchange it for my true dream. And I feel like that's what you're doing. So that's what Spirit wants you to know right now, Doll Face Diva. So many blessings to you. Right? It keeps coming. All right. Sammy, you are up next. Howdy. So your question is, why do you attract older men and almost never men close to your age? All right. Well, let's take a look here. Your spirit team is funny because they're like, just tell her because men her age are stupid. That's funny. So, so you've got the Magician card here, and you've got the Six of Pentacles, and it is a little bit about that. The Six of Pentacles is the codependency awareness card. It challenges us to make us realize where, when we were younger, did we have these ideas and this energy of where we have to overgive to receive something back, right? Usually it's our parents or our grandparents, someone like that, where it's usually 7 years old and younger is when we're experiencing it, where we have to do extreme things like give them 1,000 love coins and we get one back because they're so busy trying to live life and food on the table, roof over our head, paying attention to all the siblings, everyone else in their families, blah, blah, blah. So much they don't have a whole lot to give. And so we have to like battle for it. Well, we gain that kind of energy in us and it goes down into our subconscious until we bring it to our consciousness over time and we realize it and we make these changes. Well, why am I telling you all this? Well, older men have discovered this and they've really looked at that. They have moved, this is divine masculine energy. They've realized the power they have within them and they've overcome these things. So I feel like you don't have a ton of that left over. I feel like you've had experiences in your life where you matured very fast for your age because you had to, right? And you realized very young, you know what? I'm not going to buy into all that. I deserve to receive equal. I feel you have done that. You've done this, reflection. You've really adjusted and changed that a lot. And I feel like that is the energies are more at that level to where you do bring in individuals who are matching your energy. And because you had to, not that you had to, but it benefited you when you were younger to, with all these situations and everything you went through, you were like, you know what, I'm going to grow up now. I'm not going to wait because I kind of feel like you couldn't depend on people around you. And so you're like, I am becoming my source. And I feel like you have this kind of confidence. You have this kind of, I'm going to be me. And that's what, as we go through our age, we discover that and we transform. And I feel like you transformed faster. And that's why you're matching up. The energies are matching up. So that is what they have for you, Sammy. So, oh, well, what are you going to do? You can't unlearn what you've learned. But there's nothing wrong with it unless you really want someone closer to your age, and they're out there. They just not as many. There's a very small pool of individuals who have matured very fast when they were younger, and evolved themselves. And so, it's hard to find them. They're out there, but very far and few between, right? So that's what they have for you. So many blessings, Sammy. And the next free reading coming up will be Anya Ohuya, but I did receive a donation. Thank you so much, always, Victory. Appreciate that. Is the cold air and rain you feel negative energy? All right, let's take a look here. All right. Not necessarily negative energy here with these cards coming in. The Hermit card is this drawing inward, and so the coolness and the rain, it feels like it's because rain is refreshing, rain is healing, rain is transforming, um, and with you have the Seven of Swords coming in here, and the Five of Cups here. Um, okay, I see. So this is more, a five and a seven are more obstacles that are, coming, around you for you to look within and to understand, um, they're bringing back to my memory here a situation where I had a couple individuals, because I do house clearings, and um, a couple of friends of mine, I cleared their home. They lived in like an old Victorian home converted into apartments, and I went down there once and cleared it, and because they felt like there was just some sort of, like you're saying, negative energy that was around, and it's like, oh, okay. And so they were fine for months and months, and then one of them got into a relationship that wasn't too healthy for her. The person was kind of abusive, and they felt like one of the other person that they were roommates, the other one, said that they were having weird things happen. They thought maybe something was back. Wow. Huh. Huh. I wonder why they're bringing that back to my memory then. That's hilarious. So, the like they had one of them lived off of the kitchen. I know, right? And the door, which would stick, it would not open, it would just creak open by itself. That's where this girl was sleeping, and but she was having nightmares, and they just felt she was just feeling kind of some negative energies and stuff. And so I went down there and with a friend of mine, and we all, sat across from each other, and I just put my hand on the floor, and I would fill all the walls up. So you can do this. You can just put your hands on the ground, let yourself be a conduit of the love energy, let it flow down into you, through, fill up all the floor, have it go up to all the walls, the ceiling, and then it fills the whole space. And whereas before, when I cleansed and pushed out all the negative energy, we give everything a chance to, convert to light or get out. um, because I can't live in the light, and this time I said that I had my hands down, and I said, you know, yeah, and I said, Whatever's not supposed to be here, you need to leave. And the door that was closed to her room that was stuck slammed open and hit the kitchen table, scared the crap out of everyone. But I didn't feel scared at all. I was like, no, it's supposed to be here. Later, we found out it was one of her guardian angels or her spirit guides that was bringing back memories and bringing back things to transform. There was some suppressed emotions and memories that they were bringing up. And so the nightmares were more where they were, having that come through. So if it hasn't left, and we've done this energy, and we can even, I can send energy, and we can put a big bubble of love energy throughout all of that, like a hedge, that whatever is not of higher vibrational love energy and light, it either needs to change or it needs to, move out there. Um, because these here, would represent, like I was saying, this is why they brought it back to me. There is just some emotions that are bubbling up within you, and some thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are, these are small t truths rooted in some fears. So there's some old beliefs that can be let go, some old emotions that can be let go, and they're just bubbling up from underneath the surface. And that's why I feel like they wanted me to mention the second piece of it more so than the first, because the first was they felt negative energy, which there can be, we all, if we're in a very fearful place in our lives, we can leave pockets of fear energy. People walk through it like, someone, you know, it's like, what's that smell? What is that? We can leave stuff behind. And so with healing that, with pushing all of that out, nothing can be there, there with us. Um, we're the powerful ones. We own our space and our energy. So we can push things out and push it to where only love and light can be in our place. And I always say, when I go into a new place, I go, all right, any spirits and stuff that are hanging around, if you're going to be of love and light and not cause any troubles, you can hang around here, you can enjoy the love energy. But if not, you need to step outside of this boundary. And it's all of love. And I feel like that's what's happening there. Sure. Yeah, go ahead and ask a follow-up question. Um, so, the Five of Cups represents, like some emotions coming up, and the Seven of Swords usually represents, what of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets are deceiving us and stealing from us as well. I don't feel like it's a spirit, though. I feel like it's more your spirit team bringing up the the emotions from the past, right? Yeah, we definitely can hear. It's a physical experience. All right. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna pull here from the Enchanted Map Oracle, and let's see what they have here for you. So you've got card number 46, which is coming apart. And let's see what that brings in here for you. So the coming apart card is a sign to put an end to what is no longer working for you. Has a commitment been broken? Perhaps you need to break a promise, break a lease, I don't know, or change course because you took on more than you could handle. This is a perfect time to reassess your goals and your values. Are your actions in alignment with what you believe in? Have you created a partnership that's not mutually beneficial? Separation, dissolution, and dispersion are all in focus now. And if someone wishes to break away from you, don't chase the relationship out of a sense of fear. The price you'll pay will not be worth the prize. Separation brings good fortune. And I'm going to read the reverse meaning of this too. And it says a situation is unraveling, and your best plans are leading you into a tricky maze. Your challenge is to separate out the elements of this puzzle to get a better perspective on what happened. You may have lingered too long in a place where you didn't belong anymore, seduced by a temporary solution. Did you say you just moved there? You just moved out of an old Victorian because your neighbors were involved in that. So you moved out. Yeah, I see that now. Um, as you untangle yourself, it's important to maintain a sense of humor. Don't fret. You will learn something valuable that you'll need later when faced with a more involved, challenging situation. Breathe and know that you are loved. Mm. Yeah, so this is about untangling yourself and, the coming apart here. So, this would support kind of what I was saying about it's not about um, something externally because we don't see the world as it is anyway. We see the world as we are. And, with you're saying you've gone through a lot of things, and you feel like your life was ruined for no reason. Let me pull some tarot here because, when we look at life, when we're in our human side, we have so many beliefs that we've been given all our life that we're taught to believe that things happen um, to us, right? But when we can see things from a higher perspective, and if we could really see that before we come down here, we choose our entire path. We know everything. I mean, that's why we choose when we're going to be born because of all the backstory of ancestry and also all of the powers of all the astrology. All of those are all soups and characteristics and challenges and strengths and blah blah blah. We're choosing. It's almost like before we choose play a video game and you get to choose your character and what weapons am I going to have, what are my strengths, blah blah blah. We pick all that with the creator and all of our support team before we come down here, and we say, these are all the things that I want to experience. But of course we get to have all that blinded from us when we come down here, and we're like, why would I want this? And sometimes within life, we look back and we're like, oh, I see. But a lot of it's like when we're back on the other side and we're like, oh, I remember now why I wanted this, But while we're going through it, it's difficult, right? You're not alone. You're not alone at all. Yeah, everyone in here in the chat room's going, wait, we can change it. And the beautiful thing, oh, well, um, around fate is even though we have fated events will come into our lives, we have the power to choose what it means and how we want to feel about it and the energy around it. So regardless of, it's like an improv play that we're in. They may give you the subject and the characters you're going to play and the situation and go. And we get to, are we going to make it a horror film or are we going to make it a comedy? I like this one, this card that said, laugh, make sure you laugh, laugh, laugh as much as you can, because that changes our energies, right? Yeah, butterfly. I also want to change it. I third it. I fourth it. Uh, that's funny. I, we probably in one of our human, we've gone through a couple iterations of humanity, like Lemuria and Atlantis, and this one, and I can see it like in the first or second ones, we had the option to opt out and change things. And then we're like, yeah, that's kind of like, if you don't like a game, you change it. They're like, we like to be having the challenges, right? Let's see here. Let me see what cards come in here. Okay. Yeah. So sorry. So you did get the Fool card, which is about this is like represents our soul a lot of times. It's the zero before we gotten down here. There's this newness in that we choose everything before we come down here, and we jump down with our human self and have these experiences. So right, orbs appear in your background. So this is like what I was talking about, how our soul chooses before we come down here. And then here's the Chariot card, which is exactly what else I was talking about, right? If I just shut up and read the cards, but the Chariot card is the power of choice. We get to choose what story, what emotion, and where we invest our energy. And when we focus in on our fears, they grow and they expand. Like if I fear something's going to leave my life, it repels it out. And if I fear something's going to come in, I draw it in. And if there's something in my life I don't want and I'm paying attention to it, it gets bigger. Or if I'm missing something, missingness gets bigger. That's what I also like about this card, is because that's the energy. When I start focusing on all my energy and as much as I can on gratitude, on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace, and focus on what I do want to draw in, it switches the energy that's going on around there. But if I have something that keeps coming up, then this kind of reminds me, like coming apart here, it's opening us up so that the stuff that we don't want anymore, can get removed. That's Five of Cups and the Seven of Swords you had. That's emotions and thoughts that were like, okay, these were fun, with like, especially what you've been through. It's like all these things that I have, these thoughts and these emotions. Why we can transform it from this happened to me to changing the energy to, okay, why did I want this to happen for me? Before, we're saying here, before we trade it all in, maybe it's like, well, wait a minute, why did I want this to happen for me? Let me look at that first. And then we can learn on what did I learn through this, and the empowerment, especially our power of free will and power of choice that comes in. We can change how we perceive things, right? We're taught a lot of popular opinions about, well, this happens, this is what that means. When this happens, this is how I'm supposed to feel. When that happens, this is where I'm supposed to invest all my energy because of this. Like being cheated on. When I first was cheated on the first time, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to rip out my heart and show everyone the heart that's ripped in two. Look, everybody, look. And I'm supposed to be devastated, and I'm supposed to be upset. I'm supposed to be plan revenge or whatever we all are done. But later, spirit, I realized so much about, oh, this is for me. It did happen for me. And I can look at it that way now, especially with the second time and the third time with other people. I was like, oh, I see. I was trying to show all these mirrors. I asked them to show me what I wanted to see about myself until I saw it. And that is, what is coming in here. We've got the King of Pentacles, who they go through this huge journey of the outside world to re-evaluate and see that the outside world is very unstable. And when we turn inward and upward, find the unconditional love and the chalice from up above, that becomes the solid foundation, and that changes everything in the outside world. And we're able to see, the world in a whole new way. Because as we mentioned, I think earlier, they were saying, we don't see the world as it actually is. We see the world as we are. And as we change, our world starts to transform too. So I feel like it's more internal, and it's this beautiful changing of things, and that's what they're bringing up there. So very, very interesting. But that's what they have for you, always victory. So many blessings to you again. Thank you for your donation. And it's okay, butterfly. When they go into a lot of detail, extra detail, it's for all of us. So you're more than welcome to jump in. You're so funny. All right. So we'll get back into the free readings here. We left off with Anya Ohuya. And you want to know what will happen on Thursday, April 13th? I assume for you. All right. Ooh, mysterious. Something significant, because you've got two major arcana. You have both the moon and the emperor here. And the emperor is about you stepping up, and it has the stability, but it is Aries energy, which is like a new beginning, new things unfolding, a new spark, because it's very much fire energy. But it's you deciding, you stepping up and not listening to everyone else's opinions. The emperor has their whole throne room full of people giving them all the, black, 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 this is what you should do, supposed to do, and all these opinions and advice. And like, okay, everybody out, I'm making the decision and moving forward. I like this. Here's a lot of, with the moon in here, again, a new moon and newness coming in here. But this also is about Mother Luna. And I like both of these cards having this energy of you standing up for you and doing what is best for you in whatever is happening on that day. Because, here's this reflection. You're really connecting to your emotions, diving deep within. It's your spirituality, trust in your gut, trust in your instinct, going not from your mind on what you're wanting, but from your heart. And really allowing that to be like your heart to have a seat at the table. And the decisions, whatever your part in this is, it's very important for you, because this is a pivotal point in your life with two major arcana, which means it's life-changing. It's not little, temporary little stuff. This is like a switch of, it colors your whole future life in a different way because of it. So I like it. It feels very empowering, very strong, and I like it for you. So that's what they have for you. Just sit with it, always victory. I know you feel a little resistant to it, but it definitely, the cards we pulled reinforce the message, but it's totally up to you, of course. All right, Christy O'Connor, hey! You like an angel message? Let's take a look here. What do your angels have for you today? Okay, shuffle these up here. And we're going to go to the whispers of the Lord Ganesha for you, for your message, because they were like, nope, no tarot. And they're drawing me to these cards for you. So let's take a look here. Oh, okay. Wow, you got a power number 44. And you have blessings. So what a beautiful card there. Let me just zero in a little bit so you can see themselves even a little better there. Like all the stuff. And the lotus flower. And this says, you are divinely protected. Ganesha asks you to consider what exactly is it that you want at this time. He asserts that your desires are within your reach. The universe is conspiring to help you achieve your aspirations. And since the universe is in harmony with your desires, the how will transpire effortlessly. Ganesha is bestowing on you blessings of luck, love, and new prospects. Be very clear about your intentions at this time. Once you have identified what you desire, Ganesha will work to clear the obstacles and amp up your blessings. Withstand the temptation to succumb to self-indulgence. You are in an excellent affluence phase. This period will not last forever, so be sure to take advantage of it and act when opportunities arise. Resolve will triumph. The principle of average works in your favor now. Woohoo! The more that you perpetuate something that you want, the more likely you are to receive that very thing, even if it feels impossible. And these manifestation possibilities are endless in range and subject matter, from love to money to success to happiness. Wow. Ganesha teaches that your blessings are continuous. The realization of the blessing may not be immediately apparent. Trust that happiness and blessings are always being showered on you. What is going on in your life at this moment is external and beyond your control. True happiness and blessings lie within you, in your heart and your soul. I like it. What a great message from your angel. You are protected, number one, and they're like, oh, look, all these blessings coming in. So I like that for you, Christy. So many, many blessings definitely for you, right? Woo! I will trust. Very good. All right. Hey, Daisy, you are up next. Let me take a sip here. So after your work study job, another job opportunity to take. Oh, nice. Okay. All right, so let's take a look here. Is there going to be an opportunity that meets your requirements or desires there? You know, we've got the King of Swords here, which is about balancing out of expectations. um, and you have the Two of Pentacles, which is the balancing out in the outside world. And I almost feel like, you know, I don't feel like there is yet that's coming up here. One that'll bring you, you know, what you're looking for with living in a studio and stuff. Because I feel like with the balancing out, it's um, and with the change of expectations, seeing things from a different perspective, it's I don't know. For some reason, this feels like a roommate with me here. That there might be a situation that opens up differently for you, that you want to live alone, but maybe you actually end up in a roommate situation that kind of falls into your lap, where um, it's someone that's very private and that very compatible, where you can like share something, have a shared area, but you have the privacy, like your rooms are in separate ends and they're very much, you know, to themselves. And but you know, they're also very compatible, where you have a, you know, you also help each other. So I feel like that would be more what would happen than the other, is what I feel coming in with those. It's like a change of expectations, seeing things from a different perspective, but it kind of balances out. But I like that. Two skulls with, you know, butterflies on them. It's like, you know what, it's almost like someone who's very much alike, you looking for the same stuff. And so that's what is coming through right now, Daisy. So I understand. But that's what they have. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. Esther E., you are up next. You like a general reading for next week. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Okay. So next week feels like a kind of a week of slowness, not a really busy heck. With the High Priestess, this is like you taking step back, you know, out of the chaos, away from everything, away from all the hustle and bustle, and really, you know, communicating with Spirit, stepping behind the veil, going deep into your emotions and subconscious. It's really like some alone time. And I just, with the Knight of Pentacles too, usually, excuse me, the Knight of Pentacles can show someone not even riding the horse. I think it's my Light Seers Tarot that shows someone barefoot walking the horse, not even on top of it. It's just kind of like doop a doop a doo. And that's kind of what it feels like next week. It doesn't feel hectic. It feels like you have alone time, quietness. You kind of step back from things, not a lot of activity, and it feels good. It feels like it's needed and a time of rest and connection, inner connection. So that's what I feel is coming through for you, Esther. So many blessings for you. All right. And thank you so much, Felicia, for your reminder of hitting the like button. I always get so involved, I neglect thanking you guys so much for all of you that do give the video a thumbs up. It's absolutely free, and it is something that helps spread the Zen love, so you can be part of the love tsunami that we're sending out. And it's something everyone can do because it doesn't cost a thing, right? Just a little click. So thank you guys so much for doing that. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you, Felicia, for the reminder. Very appreciative of that. All right. So Laura H will be the next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation. All right. Let me just scroll down here. All right, there. Thank you, Ivan. I was like, I don't see. Sometimes the names are different. Thank you for mentioning that here. Yeah, donations do definitely get priority. And did you already ask your question? Or let me scroll up here. If you haven't asked your question yet, go ahead and pop it down there. And I do step out of line to prioritize those. So, right. And while you are putting your question down there, just for the sake of time, I will continue with free reading. So, Laura H, you want to know, is there a loving commitment relationship coming towards you? Let's take a look here. I think so. You've got the Two of Cups coming in here, which does tell us, of course, this is relationship coming in. And the Knight of Swords, too. This is a change, a movement of expectations, too. So I feel this is coming in, and as you're looking at your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, around relationship, all of those supposed to, should, need to, have to, must, those types of things. We have so many of them that we're given around a relationship that can box it in, right? It can make it feel so restrictive. But as we trust the universe, release a lot of control around the who, the how, the when we release that to the universe, because we know, like, you will bring it in the perfect timing, the perfect person, in the perfect way. I'm going to leave it up to you. The more we take our hands off of it, the more it comes in more alignment with what we're looking for. So I feel like there's some of that's going on right now, but then you do definitely, it's coming towards you. It will come to you faster the more you let go and take your hands off of it, and cut away these fears of losing love and all the stuff that it's supposed to be. Allow it to be what it is. It's going to be something so much more for us than we realize. But the more we work on that self-love, the faster it does come in. So I do like that for you, Laura. So many, many blessings to you. All right, Ivan. All right, so Ivan, here you go. And let me just make sure here I lost my place here. So Spiritual Gifts Diva, you'll be the next free reading after this. I do have another donation coming in, so I'll check that too. All right. So Ivan, there you go. So you wanted to ask, does your coworker Samantha have a crush on you, like you, or is it just all in your head? Well, let's take a look here, Ivan, and find out, what does Spirit want you to know around Samantha? Okay, what else? I don't feel like it's in your head here. The King of Wands is this passion. It is that type of energy that's here. Um, we have the Strength card, and we have the Eight of Cups. We also have one more, which I'll show you here. I feel like this is why you might think it's in your head, because you are in the process here with all this energy. I feel like you've been working on letting some old emotions go that no longer serve you. I feel like you've been doing some really deep, sincere um, reflection and evaluation of your emotions, and so you've been contemplating and letting things go and all of that, because you had the Page of Cups here. So Page of Cups does represent new love interest coming in. So I don't necessarily feel like it's a crush, though. I mean, I feel like if we ask Samantha, Samantha, do you have crushes? No, I never crush on anyone. They're like, I have interest. I have emotion. That's the kind of energy I feel from them. They will. I'll never admit that I'll have a crush, but I feel like they do have interest, and there is emotion there with that Page of Cups. So I like it. And while you're waiting, because I feel like you'll get confirmation. It's going to be as you release and allow yourself, as you release more of these emotions and even friendships and relationships that no longer serve you. And as you continue to connect here, these represent your higher self here as well. So as you continue cleansing out that emotions that no longer serve, and having this beautiful connection with your higher self, and have this great attunement that you've been working on, um, you know, this happens, this unfolds. And so I like it for you. I definitely feel like there is. I mean, let me just show you up close. There's even hearts in their eyeballs there. The eye sockets are that, and so they're. I feel like they are going to make themselves known, and I think you're going to see it. Yeah, yeah. So definitely, once you're kind of have transformed this, and that's cool that it's all up in the head here with all the pouring of things. Once you're able to transform the pain and look back and see, what did I learn about myself through this? Realizing that whatever we experience in our life hasn't happened to us. That's what we're taught to believe, right? But that whatever we've gone through, we have asked for. And I know it's hard to grasp in the beginning that why would I have wanted that? But we do, and we can move from going, why did this happen to me, to go, why did I want this to happen for me? Why did I want to go through that? Because I know when I went through my heartbreaks of being cheated on and being treated poorly and everything that I felt I was going through, I realized they were always pointing, trying to show me how I felt about myself until I saw it. And so now I look back at all the painful things, and I look at them as my teachers and my friends who showed me what I wanted to see, because it set me free. I was trapped in so much fear and so much stuff that the interactions with everyone forced me to face it and to transform it. And I feel like that's what's going to happen for you when you get on the other side of that, where you are more, okay, I see now, then you're able to have a different type of relationship, because we're not in our lower vibration of fear, attracting in what we've always attracted in. As we raise our vibration of love from a place of unconditional love, then we attract in different types of relationships too. So I feel like that's what they have for you right now, Ivan. So thank you so much again for your donation. Hang in there, continue to work on that, because I think that's why it hasn't progressed, just because you're ready, to finish those things up. So I like it. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. All right. Very good. And let me just make sure here. All right, so fashion destination. So that must be you. Definitely a different name. Thank you guys. All right. And so you want, yeah, more than two cards. Yeah, I always go deeper for those. So your question is, what does Jason want from your relationship? Let's take a look here. Mm, Jason, what is going on? Let's take a look here. What does he want? Okay, anything else? All right. Let me take a look here. Yeah, wow. So yeah, I see here. Um, there's, this represents them feelings. These are I'm seeing all these feelings that they've been going through, and I see why they're just so disheveled in their life. I don't never use the word disheveled, but for some reason that came in. But it's this this is the lack card, the feeling of being abandoned, being left out in the cold, being left behind. And this is not you. This is them earlier in their life. They've had these feelings that have just been bubbling, bubbling, bubbling in them for all these years, and it's finally come up, into this, into their lives, and it makes sense. People who feel abandoned will abandon first because they don't want to be abandoned. If they feel like there's going to be abandonment, they will abandon first because they don't want to be the one who is abandoned again, because they've had this since they were like young, 7 years old and younger. They've had this pattern throughout their entire life, right? So, and we can see here, I mean, he's got, the Nine of Swords, which is the nightmare and insomnia card, all these fears that bubble up within him. And the Hermit here, this is what happens. The Hermit's journey, when they feel it's too much, they want to run away from things. They don't want to, again, rejection to them because of what happened is huge. And if they feel something is coming up, they will abandon ship, right? In what they do, because what they truly want is unconditional love and passion and all this, but they don't believe they are worthy of this because of this. They have this lack, this belief that they don't deserve it, and that eventually it's going to walk away, um, like it happened in their past. So either, whatever it was when they were younger, if they did have, abandonment type of things, I mean, they definitely had abandonment things happen here. And so that's why when um, I don't feel like they will return to things, because we have the Eight of Cups here, which for them is letting go of emotions and relationships that don't, what they don't feel bring stuff to them. And the Three of Wands is taking a different direction. I feel like they don't go back. I don't feel like in the past they, you know, I'll answer that other question here in a sec. But I just feel like with all of this, that they don't go backwards. They always um, need to keep moving forward, because going backward, they can't. Uh, it's almost like, I don't want to say allow it. It's just in their mind, going backwards means they failed, and then if they failed, that means they're worthless and worthy to be abandoned. Do you see the cycle, the circle that they're in? That it's, if they feel they're going to fail at something, they'll leave. Like if they feel they're going to get fired at a job, they'll leave it. If they feel, a friend is going to ghost them, they'll ghost them first. They always, and they self-fulfilling prophecy, obviously, right? Um, yeah, yeah. So I feel like they're just like, um, not with this three of wands, they're changing directions, they're letting go of emotions that no longer, like they feel no longer serve them, but it's fear. They have so much fear in their life. So does he still love you? Let me just pull a card here. This is Leo energy, and for me this represents they love themselves. It's just very much a, they have to, they only will look at themselves with where they're at in their life with all these fears. They're just in this survival self, uh, what is it, when our body in our, we go into that fight or flight mode, it's survival mode. And I feel like that's what they're in, is like, I got to do what I got to do for me, because I feel like I'm, about to die. It's that kind of energy that comes back here. um I just feel like the love, it's like they love themselves, and not that they're a narcissist where they're to that extreme, but I definitely feel like they are, um, you know, off in their hermit mode, because that they had the hermit card there. They've got all that where they're headed there. I just feel with that three of wands and that eight of cups that they're just needing to move forward. They're needing to go in a different direction because they have a lot of fear of failing, a lot of fear of abandonment. Um, so yeah, you know, especially like you're saying, this happens a lot. I feel like this is a good thing for you. I know it hurts because you love them, but if they only have their own emotions as priority, and you're not up there with it, then they're always going to be making choices for them and not us, right? And meaning not you and me, but you and them and the us. And so you deserve so much more than that. So I really feel like that this change of direction is going to be end up benefiting you and be for you. I know it's hard to see it right now, but that's what I feel is coming through for you. So hang in there, fashion destination. I know it's a rough situation, but there is so much more for you in the future. So hang in there. Again, thank you for your donation. Much love to you. All right, I did get another donation here. And let me see here. Yeah, you're welcome. Hang in there. I know. Trust me, been there. uh, so glad I'm on this side of it, though. Trust me, it does get better. It does get better. All right. And so I do have a donation that came through on Venmo. Let me see here if someone asked a question up above. Sometimes, of course, the names don't match the screen name on here, and I don't usually want to mention people's names on when they're paying a different way, because some people don't want their name said. So if you know who you are, let me know who you are. I'm just reading back here to see if anybody said I made a donation. All right, so yeah, if you made a donation on Venmo, let me know if that was you. And if you haven't put your question, pop your question down and we will prioritize that. So, all right, and while we're waiting, we'll jump to Spiritual Gifts Diva. And you want a general reading for next week? All right. All right, well, you've got an empowering week next week here. You've got, the Hermit, which is about making sure you're taking time away to yourself. But the Magician card is also about really stepping into your power, really stepping into it's the divine masculine manifestation energy that you can accomplish a lot of things. So this is turn inward for direction and guidance on your path, making sure you're taking time away. And I feel like that it's important to take time away. It's like consult spirit and your inner peace before action. Like look before you leap. This is look inward and upward before you leap next week. But you have a great two major arcana, which do represent very powerful energy on, being able to manifest things, be able to have things come to fruition, put things to action. But instead of, it's almost like to keep you from wasting energy, it's, focusing on, inward and upward and get their guidance. They'll just help you, uh, you know, with the best course of action on things, if that makes sense. So I do like that for you, spiritual gifts diva. So it's feels like a very uh, balanced week. It's like inward net and inward, upward, and then action. Inward, upward, action. Inward, upward, action. So I like it. All right. And that's what they have for you here. All right. Okay, still I don't see a response from the Venmo donation. So we'll continue on here to Catherine 1111. So what is Virgo's current feelings towards you? Do you think he'll ask you out? Let's see what Spirit has for you to say here. All right, so that's what they're feeling. And do they think that you'll ask him out? No. I need to refresh the cards here. All right. And will he ask you out? Okay. All right. So the current feelings towards you, you got the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups rolls over emotion, has a second portion of emotion because all the queens are given water. So very deep emotion, deep, 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 deep. They're very empathic, very intuitive. But for me, it represents that there's these deep emotion that they have, down underneath the surface that are bubbling around that they will not let anyone know about. They're very grounded individuals, very much in their minds. So sometimes the feelings, you're like you're asking, do they have any? And they're like, yeah, I do. Can't you tell? And we're like, no, because they can be very much in their heads, and very grounded individuals. So I do feel like they do with that card. And we asked, will they ask you out? And you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is new opportunities in the outside world, a new event in the outside world. So for me, that would be a yes as well. So I feel like they do have some feelings and that they will ask you out. So timing in that, I feel sooner than later. I mean, I don't think it's going to take a year, but I even feel like by the end of April. So I feel like it's that soon that they will ask you out to something. I feel like they'll, hey, are you going to go to the blah, blah, blah? I don't know if you guys work together. For some reason, I feel like you guys work together, but it's like that kind of energy of, hey, are you going to go to the company picnic? Hey, you want to just, you want to go together? That kind of thing. Not like a date. It's almost like, hey, are you in kind of thing. So that's what I feel is coming in there, Catherine. So many blessings to you. Continue moving down the list here. All right, and I'm just gonna mention just the first name, Michelle. If it looks like you made a donation on Venmo, and but I don't see a Michelle here listed. I don't think. Let me just go slower here. I don't see Michelle. So if you want to tell me who you are and what your question is, we'll definitely prioritize your reading for your donation because I do honor those. Right. In the meantime, Silent Victory, you are up, and good evening to you. Will your husband's contract get extended? All right, let's take a look here. See what Spirit has here for you. Mhm. I giggled because we've got the Two of Pentacles and the Lover's card here, which of course, here you go, husband's contract, togetherness. But it also is the choice card. There's definitely a decision that's coming up here. And the Seven of Pentacles is a patience card, a slow card about, last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. But we have the Knight of Cups, which is movement with here too. So it's interesting. I feel like that they're going to have a choice here because with the Two of Pentacles, meaning choices in the outside world, and the Lover's card, meaning an emotional choice coming up, like they, again, choices, choices, choices. And I feel like they can have movement and move into something that they enjoy, or they can wait for this contract to get extended. I feel like they're going to have this option come up. So with the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like that feels like something being extended out and taking longer. And I feel like they're going to offer that or this. It's like he's going to have a choice, either the company or he's going to have a different offer come in too. Because I feel like there's something that they'd really love to do that makes their heart sing, or where their heart is. Like if they're away and, they'll come home, that would be like, there's something closer to home where you won't have to be away. That might be an option. Or if this is them, doing that. So I feel like they're going to have an option that comes up for them. Choices, choices, choices. Yay. We like those, right? No, we like just being told what to do. Where's the good old days where there was just one type of soda in the soda aisle? Now there's 500, right? But that's what's coming through, Silent Victory. So many blessings for you. All right. And up next, we've got Cheery, and you like some angel guidance. Let's take a look here and see. What do the angels have for you? And if you did ask for angel guidance earlier this morning, I did get through 3.5 hours of reading. So there was one there for you too. Unless I'm thinking of someone else or another day. It all runs together for me. All right. So I do like this for you because you have the Three of Cups, which it's for me, this represents your spiritual posse. It's all of your support team, your guardian angel, all of your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors. You have this whole posse of support, them saying, we are with you, we support you, we're always around you, always guiding you, always at, nearby. They never leave your side. They're always with you. And they want you to know that you can ask them even more of your own free will. They don't meddle a lot in your life because they agreed not to when we came down here, because we're all like, okay, everybody, now these are the things I want you to meddle with. But when I'm down there, I want to do all this on my own unless I ask you. They're like, okay, no matter what I'm going through, unless I ask, unless it's one of these things. And so of our own free will, we can go, hey guys, what's going on? I'd like you to, give me some confirmations, give me some affirmations, give me some answers. Let me know you're there, We can do all that of our own free will. And I feel like that's them just reminding you that you can do that because you do have the Eight of Pentacles here, which is about movement in your outside world that's coming up in a positive way. You've been investing blood, sweat, and tears and energy. And because of that, you are having this movement. You are having this change that's happening, whether it's relationship or job, education, body, moving locations, whatever it is, whatever you've been investing work into, you're going to be seeing fruition and things, and movement in the outside world. So that's what they have for you, Cheery. So many, many blessings to you. All right, and we'll continue moving down the list here. So next we've got Anjou Tiklikar. Hello, hello. Anything about your forever person? All right, let's take a look here and see what other tidbit they are willing to give you at this time, right? They love so much, they call it the scavenger hunt. They're like, oh, it's so exciting not knowing. On the other side, we're all knowing, we're omnipotent along with creator, right? In source, we want to know something, we know it, we just know it. Here we have to find things in the journey and the unknowing. They think it's so exciting. We're like, yeah, because you're not down here in it. But they're going, yeah, after billions of however, it's endless time up there, after knowing everything for so long, it's fun not knowing. And we're like, again, while you're up there it's fun, but down here it's kind of uncomfortable. So anyway, the you have the Page of Pentacles here and the King of Swords. So uh, the King of Swords represents them. They could be an air sign, but they are very cerebral. They're very intelligent. They're very much, a great communicator. But they really see things from a big perspective. They've been through a lot, through thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and have really overcome a lot of fears and things like that. So just a very intelligent, intellectual type of individual. And grounded, we have the Page of Pentacles. So it could be that they're also in newer money, they're newer to having abundance come in. So this could be like they've graduated and they're making their way up and they're getting the bonuses, they're getting stuff, and they're in the newness of having money, having things. It's almost like they've been in school a lot and they're finally getting all the benefits. It's like a doctor who, they go through regular college, and then they go through medical school, and then they have to go through all the internships and blah blah blah. Then finally they get the big monies that come in, right? And I feel like that's where they're at with this new coin going into their purse. So that is what they have for you right now. I like it for you, Anjou. Many blessings to you. All right, and we are to do Divine Goddess, and you'd like an angel message. Let's take a look here and see what we have here. All right. So you've got the Five of Swords and the Page of Swords, right? Page, yeah. And so I like this because it feels like you're, whatever conflict you have had in your mind around, I feel like it's around love and emotion with these other two cards, because these two cards together show a change of thought and belief, where there was conflict in your mind or with someone else. This is that you've seen things from a different perspective. You've cut away fears. It's allowing you to move forward because you have both the 9 and the 10 of Cups. 9 of Cups is you're filling up within and finding this emotional like fountain within you that fills up and overflows out into the world, which is the 10 of Cups. So I really like this. It's like they're letting you know that you've been working on cutting away these thoughts and then beliefs and mindsets around relationship that have been restrictive. You've been working on your self-love, moving it up and moving it up, moving it up. And now it's getting to the point where it's going to be overflowing. And this is what it brings to the outside world. So it changes your whole perspective of love, of the outside world, because when you're not full, when we are all looking to the outside world to fulfill us, we feel empty and disappointed and everything feels lacking. But when we fill up on the inside with that love from above, that's where we become a chalice. We become full and it overflows in the outside world. Suddenly everything is extra because we're finding what we need in our own heart. Then anything anyone brings on the outside is just woohoo, above and beyond. And it feels very different. And so I feel like this is what they're saying here for you, is that there is this wonderful flow that's coming in here of love because of what you're doing with cutting away these thoughts and beliefs and restrictions around love in your life. So I like that for you, Divine Goddess. So many blessings to you. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Fashion. And I have not heard yet from Michelle on Venmo. So, Michelle, if you're still here, be sure to ask your question so I can do that for you. But I will. We'll jump to your question there, Fashion. LA, you'll be the next free reading afterwards. And let's take a look here. So you want to know, will Jason contact you in the future? Sure. Let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to do. Cards are a-flying. Let me see what we have here. You know, so of course we get the Leo card again, which is, they're really focused on themselves. I don't see communication coming in here with these cards. We've got the Justice card, which, you can see here with we've got the scales here, and this is all about them focusing in on balancing. The Justice card with an individual, especially with the Sun, is them looking inward, looking into their inner child, focusing on them, shining light on themselves, working on them, right? And that's kind of what we were talking about, right? They're all consumed about themselves. And I feel like with this Empress and the Eight of Wands, this is new energy. This is newness in their life. They're investing all their energy in the new birth, in new things, even within Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, which is them nurturing themselves. And I just feel like they are so consumed with themselves that they're not that there won't be contact there. Let me see. Will they ever contact you again, or are they cutting ties? Get clarity on this here. Yeah. They got, again, we have the Eight of Pentacles as movement in their outside world, and the Moon is all about diving deep into their own subconscious and the self-reflection, and it's just so self-reflective here. And of course everyone is our own mirror, right? um what we see in someone else, it's like, how can I look at that for me? Especially like when you were saying, I feel abandoned by them. How might have you abandoned yourself, right? And this is what can happen with that. I know I learned a lot that way myself too, of why were these people cheating on me? Well, how was I cheating on myself? I'm like, oh, Spirit showed me that my self-worth is supposed to come from myself, right? That's why they call it self-worth. But I was looking for all these partners to define who I was, and their actions were defining me. And so, because Spirit asked me, what did you learn from it all? And I'm like, that people can't be trusted. They break your hearts. And they're like, all right, calm down. and But if they're a mirror for you, what were they reflecting for you? How did you cheat on yourself? And I'm like, what? And then I was like, oh, I was looking for them to define me. I was cheating on myself with them. And so we have this wonderful reflection that can come through things here. I don't see connection in these cards here. They did give me the Wheel of Fortune for you though, which is about, endings and beginnings, fated events, things unfolding. where eventually you'll feel, even your human side will feel that this was for you. Because, the messages of tarot tell us that everything unfolds for us. Sometimes our human goes, "What? How can this be for me?" Um, but eventually, someday, I might have mentioned that already, that, in this lifetime, sometimes, like I had in some situations, look back and go, "Oh, I understand now." Some I'll be like, okay, maybe when I'm back on the other side, I'll go, "Oh, that's right. That's why I wanted that." But this, the wheel of fortune, the tune of for you, even with this, your human is going to be like, okay, I get it. I see why this is for me. And it could be, 6 months from now, you're in a place where someone amazing comes into your life and you're just like, oh my gosh, now I see why this space was made in my life because, oh my God, right? It's someone that's so much more in alignment for who you are wanting. But I don't see contact with those cards. All of them are about them focusing on themselves, 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 and then they give you the Wheel of Fortune, going, but it is for you. Um, no one ever leaves us truly. People are moved out of our lives for us to make space for what is meant for us, or to be moved out of our life so that we can move forward in the direction that our higher heart really wants us to move into. And, they're reminding me, I don't know if you've ever seen that meme where there's a little girl and she has this dilapidated old teddy bear that's missing an arm, one of the buttons is missing for its eye, and there's stuffing falling out of it, and it's all dirty, and the creators has one hand asking for them to give it to him because behind their back they got a much bigger teddy bear that's brand new and so beautiful, and they're wanting to switch it out, but they're wanting to give up that so that they can give that to us, right? And I feel like that's what's coming into my brain right now, for you. So hang in there, fashion. Again, many blessings to you. Much love to you. All right. So, LA, I want to know, how do people perceive your future first boyfriend? Do other people think he's a good person? Uh-oh. Let's take a look here. What kind of reputation does your first boyfriend have? All right. Well, so the Three of Pentacles, they really are their own person. They don't care what people think. They really are true to themselves. They are their true, authentic selves, right? And this is your first, real boyfriend, right? And they're just really well seen by individuals because they also, the King of Wands here is like people see them in a very bright way. It's like a fire sign, in the zodiac, where um, it's like they attract people just like they can't help but follow them. They're the leaders. They're, people are just like, wow, and they're drawn to them. So it's a very positive thing. And then also we've got the, King of Swords. So two kings here. So they definitely are seen in this authority type of way. People definitely look up to them. This is for their intellect and for their communication skills. This is, the combination of these two definitely screams like manager, entrepreneur. They own their own business, or their CEO-ish type of, like, people just really get behind them and support them because they're intelligent, but they've got the chutzpah, whatever they call that, where they've just got this the what X factor, right? They've got the X factor where people just the energy is just like, wow. They have the intelligence and the communication skills to back it up. But they are their true individual selves. They stand apart. They don't, aren't swayed out of fear of, being punished or, losing people's support. They are their true selves. And I feel like that's part of the, um, you know, attraction that people have for them is because they come across as courageous and standing up on their own, and people are like, I want to be like them. So that's what I feel is coming in LA. I like it, so nothing too crazy there. Oh wow. Right, I'm excited for you to meet him too. um it could be Aries, it could be. I was feeling more towards a Leo. But it could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, of course, because they've got all that fiery energy that's coming in there. So I like it, LA. Now you're like, oh, why do I ask? I want to meet him now. But of course, while we're waiting, what do? We work on our self love and raising our love vibration so that we're a good match for each other, right? So it's like, okay, calm down, calm. All right. Many blessings to you, LA. Good to see you. All right, K-pop, you are up next. So who is coming towards you? Let's take a look. Wow, scared me. All right, let me take a quick sip here. So first of all, they're slow in coming to you. Just want to step that first here, just so you're like, oh, just to set the expectations. Seven of Pentacles. What's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree? The fruit. We wait for the trunk, the little seedling to get out of the seed, to break the surface, to create the trunk, to create the branches, and then the leaves, and then the blossoms, and then the fruit. So they'll be coming. This is going to be in a little while, right? But we have here, yeah, is the Knight of Pentacles, which is also a slow moving card, very slow. So they're a patient individual, but well grounded. And there is movement there. They're really questing, though. All knights quest after something, and the Knight of Pentacles quest after the Ace of Pentacles, which is like they have this quest of getting to know their true worth in relationship to the outside world. Who am I? And they do this, beautiful grounding of finding themselves from within. So I like this. It's a very grounded individual who is, but they can kind of seem, I don't want to say like hippie-ish, but they're just very down to earth. They won't be wearing like suits all the time and be high dressed and all this kind of stuff. They would prefer to be in, like comfortable shorts and sandals and a comfortable shirt, kind of. But they're such a warm individual, and I like that. And you have the Queen of Swords. So this is a balanced individual who is both, between heart and mind. So they've got a good head on their shoulders with their intelligence, and they've got a good heart where they can share their heart. So they feel very balanced and very easygoing and very flowing. They know what they're talking about. They're very intelligent, but they're also able to share their emotions. So I like it for you, K-pop. This individual that's heading towards you feels very, no, not boring. If you just said boring, no, they're very balanced and just very grounded. I feel a wonderful calmness around it. So I like them for you, K-pop, but that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. You're so funny. Hey, Rhonda. Absolutely. Good to see you. Yeah, I still feel your energy reaching in from the future. So good to have you here as well. You want to know what is coming for you in the coming weeks? Anything to look out for? Let's take a look here. Refresh this real quick here. There we go. So So what for Rhonda? All right. Well, a very solid foundation here out here in the outside world. You got both cards are pentacles, which is you know about the outside world, but the two of pentacles is balancing, and then the four of pentacles also very balanced, like two on each side. So this it's a good foundation. It feels a very solid, balanced, solid, stable, coming weeks here. The Four of Pentacles does teach us, though, that like when we, and I know you've heard me say this probably because you listen to a lot of these. The Four of Pentacles is this message of we are taught to look outside of ourselves for our worth, right? When we do that, we feel very unstable because all those things are unstable. And so when we look to a relationship, whether it's romantic, friends, family, business, whatever it is, people change, people pass away, people walk away. So we feel unstable because those are unstable, right? When we define ourselves by it. And like work and education, circumstances, those things also never stay the same. So when we define ourselves by it, we feel unstable when we're doing that. And then, of course, things, our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions, those things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen. And so those feel very unstable. Not that you're going to have all this stuff. I just feel like you're really observing and realizing it because you have this really solid feeling, the stable feeling over these next couple of weeks where you're looking at things going, oh, I see now. I think you said you're driving an Uber, right? I think you said something like that, where I feel like you're experiencing a lot of people at all these different stages of their life of instability, and you're going, oh, I see. I feel like they chat you up or you chat with people and you hear all they're like, oh my God, this is what's happening. Oh my God. And you're seeing a lot of instability and you're going, yeah, I see. Like whenever anybody's defining themselves by one of these three categories, they are. And you're like, huh. And so I like it for you. It's a lot of awareness I feel is coming in. Nothing like oh my God, look out for it, but more maybe look out for um, realizing and being aware of that. Those three buckets, and when people define themselves by it, because eventually what happens, as we know, when we become enough disappointed in the outside world, we turn inward and upward. And that's where we find the only stable thing that I have ever found. And that Spirit says that's all you're going to find is the eternal, unconditional love of up above, right? It's eternal, never ends, unconditional, nothing we can do to lose it. So that's the foundation that we have. So that's what they have for you, Rhonda. So many blessings to you. Much love to you. We'll see you soon. All right. So continue moving down the list here. Star Girl, you are up. So the physical appearance of your soulmate. All right, let's take a look here and see what that they have here for you. What are they willing to tell you? All right. So I'm laughing because you've got the World card, which is an ending of a cycle and the beginning of something new, letting all things go. And the Three of Wands is a totally different direction than headed towards. And so the combination of these is telling me they're gonna look so different than you ever thought that it would be someone that you'd be attracted to and that you'd end up with. It's like if you're attracted to brunettes and who are clean shaven and blah 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 or whatever, and then it's a redhead with long beards and tattoos and piercings and a mohawk, and you be like, I never thought that that's I would end up with in love, because thought I was going to have someone who was like all this, but it's this. and it's like this totally different, total opposite of what you thought it would, but it it just works for you. You're just like, I don't know why, but wow, and it happens. And I like it because they're so different from what you think it would be, is what I feel. It's like totally a different off ramp from where you would think it would be. And that's the hint that they're giving you right now, Stargirl. So many blessings to you. All right, Princess Pinky, you are up next. You want to know Pisces' feelings towards you. All right. Well, it appears here Pisces is in this little reflective period. You have the Seven of Pentacles here, which is patience, drawing out, taking a long time to even express anything. And the Eight of Cups here represents that they're in the process here of releasing old emotions that no longer serve them, releasing people and relationships out of their life that no longer serve them. And so they're going through this period of I don't feel like they're in the focusing on what they're feeling with other people that they're keeping around. It's more they're focusing on what they're getting rid of, if that makes sense. I like that you are not on that list. I feel like they're just clearing people out, clearing out emotions, clearing out their phone, clearing out things, clearing out their lives, and then they will express the emotions they have. But I feel like there's so much right now in the dark side of their pond. Pisces, fishies have a light side and a dark side, and they're on their dark side where they're just getting rid of stuff. They're in that dark part of their life where there's emotions that they're looking at going, these don't serve them anymore. And they're throwing the water out of the pond, and so they're doing that right now. And I feel like it's drawing out, this is the period that they're doing that. So while you're waiting for them, you can do the same thing, right? You can look and say, what emotions no longer serve me? While they're cleaning out, I'm also going to clean out and get rid of emotions that I don't need anymore, or relationships or thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, whatever. We work on our self-love. While we're waiting for a love to come into our lives, we work on that because that just makes us our low vibration at a place that's more in alignment with someone else coming in, right? So that's what they have for you, Princess Pinky. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down here. Maju, you're up next. Let's take a quick sip here. Thank you, everybody, all of you that have given a thumbs up on the video. It does help spread the Zen love, and so you are able to be part of the love tsunami. So thank you so much. It does help out the channel. And it's totally free, which is a great price. So if you just click the little like button, that really helps me out, and I'm very appreciative of that. All right, Maju, messages from your life partner. All right. They were excited to talk to you. They're like, patience. The Knight of Pentacles, like it's one of the slowest moving knights out of all of the night. So this does say that it's going to take some time to come in here, but excuse me, what they're what's happening is that they're developing, they're trying to get a solid foundation of the outside world. They do want to, they don't want you to be a bridezilla. They've got this Four of Pentacles is they're building a solid outside world. And I like that. It's like they're saying, they know that it's important for you to feel safe, have a safe home, to have a place to call home. And they're building that now. They're really building the foundations of the outside world. And that's what they're doing. They're focusing on finances and home and their job and this and that, because they want to have this solid foundation to build their relationship on. And so I like that. I really feel like they're saying it's taking time, but it will be worth the wait. Just I want to have for you rather than have you have to be while they're building it all. They don't want you to suffer through the you know living in a very small apartment or whatever. They want to have a solid foundation for you, uh, when you get together. So that's what they have for you, Manju. So many, many blessings to you. I know, right? You're like, well, I kind of appreciate that, but I could be with you no matter what. But you're like, but I can wait. All right. So that's what they have for you. So Elisa, you are up next, or Eliza. Hello, hello. May I know what does R think about you? All right. I tell you what, stubborn Elisa. Such a strong grip. Such a strong grip. Let's take a look here. So we've got the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles is a Hermit card, which is about themselves, right? So the Nine of Pentacles, starting off here, is they are focused on finding a solid foundation for their own selves. This is what the Nine of Pentacles is. They're all by themselves in this garden, and they are looking for that, their own worth within themselves, right? And we've got the Queen of Cups here. And the Queen of Cups is, she's very intuitive. You've got the Queen who rules over water. All the queens are given a second portion of water. And so they're very intuitive. They're very in tune with their emotions. And the Queen of Cups tells me, with the combination of these two cards, is to trust your gut, to trust your intuition around what they think about you. And I'm not talking about the heart that wants them to love us and all that. I'm talking about the gut underneath that makes you ask about them a lot, or like, what's going on between them, what's happening, because you feel like not being honest, not being upfront, not really going to do what they say they want to do. You have these gut instincts, right? You have this gut that's telling you. Your heart might be like, but I love them, but your gut's going like, yeah, but so trust your gut in this, because I just feel like spirit is waving you off more and more and more, and I feel like they're becoming stronger and stronger with that message, right? Of like, for the longest time, they've been kind of drawing things out, and it's like, all right, you know, but that's what they have for you. I feel like they're very consumed about themselves and what they're wanting out of life, and that's what's coming in there. So that's what they have, Elisa. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. I know, I know, I know. All right, Julia, you are up next, and you would like any messages from Leo. So let's take a look here and see. Messages from Leo, please, for Julia. All right. I tell you, if I lose an eye tonight, these cards are flying out. All right. So any messages from your Leo? Well, we've got the Ace of Wands, which is new passion, passionate energy. Eight of Wands, a lot of passion that's coming in here. And then we have the King of Swords. So this would make sense with, this is fire energy, which is very Leo. I got a lot of passion, I got a lot of energy. Whoa, 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 But we got the King of Swords in here too. So maybe they have a lot of air in their chart because the King of Swords rules over air and is given a second portion of air. So very much in their head, very much in their thoughts, their beliefs, their thinking going on here. So it would tell me that they have a lot of passion and that there's a lot on their mind as well around it all. And I almost feel like the double air is equaling the passion, where it's like, are they going to act on it or not? And are they always overthinking things? Or do they have a lot of fears? Do they have a lot of stuff that happened? But it just feels very, oh, I don't know. It just so big on either side. A lot of passion, a lot of fire, but a lot of thinking, a lot of air energy too. And air and fire together, right? Because that's what makes fire expand. It needs air, it wants air. But too much air can also blow out the candle, right? So I feel like there's this yin yang kind of thing happening, where do they rubber band you, where it's like passion, oh thinking, a passion, oh thinking, is that woo, I'm here, I'm way, I'm here, I'm away. I just feel like this yin yang kind of energy that's coming in here. um, but that's the message that's coming through. I don't know if it's more of a status letting you know this is what's going on. So do you see why I'm acting weird the way I am? Because um, I don't feel like there's like a message, but I feel like it's like data that they're giving you, which makes sense. With when in the mind side, they're all, this is the status of what's going on inside me. There you go. And you're like, well, what do you want me to do with this? And I feel like this is where you're at. But that's what they have for you, Julia. So many blessings. Okay, very good. Because I'm like, what is going on? So that makes sense. Okay. Many blessings to you. Hang in there. Sounds like a fun ride. All right. So let me make sure here. And I did already answer those. All right. Butterfly A. There we are. So you are up. Is there anything that you should be warned about for this month? A lot of tower moments. Ooh, you want to prepare. Yeah, butterfly transformation, right? Uh, okay, good. Very good. Thanks for watching the video there. That Libra full moon energy, right? All right, so any other warnings? I like that. Anything else I need to know about? And you said for this month, right? My goodness. Well, well, you already know you're having endings and new beginnings going on here with the World card, which is great. This is letting go of old cycles and the beginning of a new world. And so you're already ready. This new world is unfolding in front of you. And it's not really a warning. This is just a tool or awareness here with the King of Wands, because this is you. They're showing your power that you have with this Wands energy, because the King of Wands, of course, is the highest in there. It does represent your higher self, but they also show you your power, that no matter what is unfolding, and we've talked about this, I'm sure, about, I get to choose what I do with my energy. And regardless of what's unfolding, and I know you have this, you're like, I understand these tower moments. I understand them. I get it. I'm trying to choose gratitude, but you can do that. That's whatever we focus on is what does grow and expand. And so if we focus on whatever's happening in our world, okay, what can I be grateful for? We can find a silver lining in everything if we want to, right? It's like, what can I be grateful for? What do I want to draw in? And focusing on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace. We draw and that in, and we grow that in our life. If we focus on what we feel is missing, or if we fear something's going to leave us, we will repel it out. And if we fear something's going to come in, we'll draw it in. If we don't want like something that's going on in our life, if we focus on it, it gets bigger. And like I said, if we feel like we're missing something, we miss more things, and we miss it even it goes further away, right? So I feel like that with this world card, it's significant endings and significant new beginnings, but it's such an adventure, a free feeling of letting go of the old and this beginning of things new. So you've had, like you said, a lot of little tower moments. I feel like they're all adding up to a big, significant change for you, but it's for you, and I feel like you will stand in your power with this. You know, it's very entrepreneur energy, very commanding, very strong, and awareness that I get to choose. You know, we get to choose what story we put to anything and what emotion as well with our power of choice. But what really moves things in our life is where is our focus. Whatever we're looking at is what grows and expands. And if I find myself looking over here and, oh, I don't want that stuff growing. When I first had that happen, Spirit was just like, well, look over here then. I'm like, oh, look at that's growing in my life. But what's happening over there? Why does it get bigger there? Like, well, just don't look at it. You know, focus your attention on what you do want, not on what you don't want. And that grows and expands because we have that power. So I feel like that's just what they want you to know. And I feel like you knew all this. I feel like it's just affirmation, reinforcement. And you're like, all right, I'm getting my butterfly wings all strong. I'm going to be doing some fluttering and going flying distances. Like, what is that in Mexico? The monarch butterflies do the big 1,000-mile, flight. And people think butterflies can't get that far. I'm like, look at them go. And I feel like this is this wonderful opportunity that's headed your way. So that's what they have for you, butterfly. So many blessings to you. All right. So we already answered those. That one, that one, that one. All right. You crack me up too, butterfly, with your responses. All right. So I just want to make sure I'm not overlooking someone. All right, Kavita Soroha. Looks like you are up next here, and you'd like angel guidance. So let's take a look here. All right. Okie dokie. So you do have some changes that they're talking about here, which is great because you've got the tower, which we were just talking about, right? Butterfly. You got the tower, which is there is this change, people, situations being moved out of your life on purpose, for purpose, to make space for things that are more in alignment for you and to clear things out of your path so that you can move forward into something more aligned with you here. You got the balancing too, which this is what's happening is some things are getting removed off of one side of the scale to balance things. And the Ace of Swords here does talk about cutting away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve us, these beliefs that are rooted in fear. And you're seeing things from this higher perspective, from a place of unconditional love, connecting to these capital T truths, which is allowing you this processing. And the reason I like this for you, because it does end up, bringing you into this friendship, this partnership, this romance, whatever this may be for you. It does clear the way to allow this to come in for you. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go, a little better. And so I like that. You can see the hearts within them, and there's this, beautiful, beautiful ability to share emotion and be vulnerable with someone and be open with someone because of these other things that you're going through and this releasing. And I like it for you because it does. You end up with someone who does have that ability that's so in alignment with what your high heart truly wants, not something that we've been told we're supposed to want, should want, blah, 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 right? So that's what I feel is coming in for you from your angels right now. It's like, just trust the removal of things. It's always for us, even though sometimes it don't feel like it. It is always for us. and you'll see, they say. Trust us, trust us. We're always looking out for your highest good. All right. So let me take a look here. We already did those and that and that and those. Let me just continue going down here. So I think we are down to on Jushri. And you want to know, when will you meet the one? And butterfly weapons. Hey, Christy O'Connor, thank you so much for your donation. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Is your donation a thank you donation, or did you also have a question? I'd be happy to pull some cards, more cards for you. Thank you. I love the rainbow. Yay! I love it. Let me see. I think it's down to Anjushri. Yeah. So on Jushri, you want to know, when will you meet the one? Let me take a look here. All right. Wow. Yeah. I knew here when I got this one, it's when you have a significant change that happens in your life, a new opening in your outside world. You have the Magician card, which does represent, both ones, which is a new beginning, a new movement that happens in your life. And so this is like you'll meet them when you have either moved like jobs, moved locations where you live. But I feel it's like a physical environment move because of that Ace of Pentacles. It's something new changes in your outside world significantly, where, you know, it puts you in a different pool of people, and this is where you meet them. I feel like with that Magician too, it's very divine masculine, very Aries, um, fiery type of new energy that I feel with it. I don't think it's normally an Aries card, but it just feels that way. It's this newness, brand new, zzz, that in this new environment is when you meet them. So, while we're waiting, like I always say, work on your inner self. But after you have this change of job location or home location or whatever, you're like, ta-da! And that's when it happens. So that is what they have. So many blessings for you. All right. Very good. Oh, thank you so much, Christy. I really appreciate you. You donate so much, and every bit definitely helps. And so thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you. All right. Benita Bala. Personality details of your future husband. Let's see. What does Spirit willing to tell you? Well, I just put that card back in and it came flying out. I like that, though. Because we have the Magician. So the Magician is, a go-getter, someone who's very fiery, very aware of that they have ability to really make things happen. They don't sit around waiting for things to come to them. They go after them. They're very energized, very, I almost feel like a word people use is electric. They're so electric, it just I feel like they're, um, you know, they definitely movement comes in there. And they have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is they're very well off. They have so much that they're able to give to others as well, which I like. Of course, right? You're like, yeah, I like that too. So very balanced in their outside world with the Six of Pentacles, 3 on each side. And so they give, and they bring in a lot of abundance in the outside, but they share a lot too. So a very giving individual. I like that. Very grounded feeling. And we have the Five of Cups too. The Five of Cups, this tells me that they've realized, I feel like they fought being stuck in, some lower vibrational emotions earlier in their life. And they might even have dealt like with a parent who was bipolar, where they experienced these large influxes of emotions and how they could get, they saw like someone they cared about, like a parent or a grandparent or sibling that had a lot of depression, that they sat in their emotions very deeply, and because of that, they've realized the power to choose their emotions, and that they're like, I know that we could choose that, but we could also choose this. And they learned a lot being around it all the time, that very young, that they don't have to, um, it's like emotions are like birds. They can come and sit on our heart and they can fly in. So you can feel emotions. There's nothing wrong. No emotion is wrong. But if you let emotion come and build a nest in your heart, you don't have to let it. You can shoo it away and you can let other emotion in. So I really like that. Very emotionally self-aware as well. So I like that for you, Benita. So very, very good. And that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. Hey, Colleen. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well and having a great weekend as well. And here, Rajan, hello. Hope you're having a good day too. Getting my butterfly weapons ready for the last battle. You crack me up. You guys. I love you guys. All right, that looks like the last reading that we have for this evening. Before everyone takes off, first of all, thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It really does help out the channel and help spread the Zen love. Just a reminder, if you haven't signed up for the drawing yet, I do have a drawing every Monday. And I'm giving away a 1-hour person recorded reading. And then the reading here, yeah, go ahead, China. You can still do that. I'll still do my closing here, but I'll fit you in. But I also have monthly giveaway news in that as well. So be sure to check out that video. And whatever you'd like. Everyone's finances are different, so I don't have a specific dollar amount. So whatever you feel you want to give is totally up to you. All right. And then also, Spring is having a sale of 25% off. And they're taking it off of their side of their profit, which is always nice. So they're having a big sale. They don't normally do this a whole lot, so I thought I'd share that in case you're interested. I do have merchandise. So if you want to check that out, you have that. And then also Libra full moon we just had, and okay, very good. Yep, it's coming through right now. All right, sure, China. And if you want to ask your question, we definitely will get into that here in just a quick sec. Perfect. So I did pick a card for Libra full moon. And if you want to check on where can you use balance in your relationships, check that out. And then also it talks about how to make the most of the full moon energy, which all of you are very impacted by the moon because you're very in tune, of course. So you can still use that, and they can use it for any full moon, of course, too. And then if you haven't checked out your April reading by zodiac sign, here's the playlist for that. So that is those. And all right, so China, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. I'm glad you made it in. And what are Trippy's feelings towards you? Let's take a look here and see. What are Trippy's feelings towards you? What does Spirit want you to know here? Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. All right. Well, so we've got the Six of Wands that comes up here first. And so the Six of Wands is this balanced energy. It's, fiery energy. It is passion. It is, this equal flow. And so I feel like that the interest that they have, the attraction they have is mutual. So I like that with the Six of Wands, right? And we have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is peace of mind, which is interesting. And we have the Page of Pentacles, which is new opportunity. And I feel like, I don't know, I say it's interesting because they have this passion, they have this interest, but they feel very calm. And maybe it's confidence that I'm feeling. They're just very confident in themselves in this moment anyway. And there's this, Page of Pentacles is this opportunity coming up. And so I feel like they're, could very well be, they're just like, feeling pretty good about it. And I do feel like they're going to take action on this because the next like three cards, because you have like 3, 3, and 2, you've got the Wheel of Fortune, which of course is things moving in your favor, Page of Wands, new passion, new action, and the Ace of Wands, new passion, new action. So I feel like things are about to switch, about to really start turning here in your favor. Like, what is it? The Hunger Games. May the odds ever be in your favor. Not that there's going to be a Hunger Games for love or anything. I just feel like it is turning, and it's turning in a good way. And again, then we have the because we had the page, the Page of Pentacles. Here's the Ace of Pentacles. So new opportunities. We have the Nine of Swords, and I feel like it's funny because we've got they're all confident here with peace of mind and this new opportunity, everything coming up. But suddenly, when the opportunity is facing itself, they are scared in their little pants. The Nine of Swords is the nightmare and insomnia card, which is like, okay, now they get nervous. It's like they're really confident, going, yeah, I can ask him out. I really like him, and this and this and this. Yeah, no problem. And they're like, all right, I'm gonna go ask him now. Oh, okay, yeah. So then they're like, oh, then, wait a minute. What if this happens? What if that happens? But it's good. The Nine of Swords is that they're turning inward and they're overcoming their fears, and that Four of Swords shows the peace of mind returns. I feel like it's just when they're getting up to the point of the new opportunity that they're going to have, action, and they're going to do that they're like, oh no, okay. And they're like, come on, you can do it. I almost see them like talking to themselves in the mirror. You can do this, Trippy. You got this. This like they're showing me, what was it? Night and Day. I forget. It was with had Tom Cruise and oh, why can't I remember her name? Blonde. But anyway, she's like, this is not your first rodeo. Come on, you're gonna go out there. You're gonna do this. Da 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 da. And I like it. So I feel like it's gonna be happening soon with all this passion definitely coming in here. And so do not be surprised if they take action very, very soon towards this. So I like it. And we shall see here. Cameron Diaz, that's who it is. Thank you, Spirit. Cameron Diaz. And with that, absolutely, my pleasure. I'm glad that you made it right in the nick of time. Zip. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I'm excited. As long as Trippy doesn't trip out, and I know they won't. All right. Um, so thank you guys so much again. I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time and tomorrow night at 7 a.m. Mountain because I'm here Wednesday through Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain, and then also Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain. So I shall return. Thanks again so much for all your love, all your support, and especially your thirst for hearing from Spirit and searching after Spirit. I feel the love, and I so enjoy doing this. And you guys are why I do this. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And please know, as you guys are going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, have a great rest of your evening. And I do have time for one more donation, Crescent Moon. Zip-foo! It's like the elevator doors are closing and a hand goes. Absolutely, Crescent Moon. Please, please do. Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that funny, China? That is great. And then it's like, okay, everyone's in. Oh no, another one. It is funny. Funny, funny, funny. You guys are funny. Funny, funny. Let me take a quick sip here. I don't know if you guys have been having, I'm sure you guys probably dream a lot already because usually, you know, individuals that are in these chat rooms have such a connection with the moon and spirit that you dream a lot anyway. But I've been having crazy, crazy dreams. It's been just wild. All right. So, Crescent Moon, thank you for your donation. Will you see Taurus tomorrow? Oh, all right. What did he think? Oh, when you told him last night you wanted to cuddle. Well, Tauruses are ruled by Venus, so you know. No, not at all. There are no silly questions. We're on a wonderful, wonderful adventure here, right? Let's see here. All right. Well, we got 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. Let's see. So they're little combos. So will you see Taurus tomorrow? Well. Let me see what these other cards are here. I don't feel like you're gonna see them tomorrow, because we have the Hanged Man here, which is a delay card. It's like a cocoon and seeing things from a higher perspective. And the Five of Pentacles is this feeling of being, feelings of lack and being left behind and being left out in the cold. So I almost feel like there's like this, there's this opportunity tomorrow with this. I just feel like there's not there's a delay. I feel like it's going to happen. I feel like there's a delay that happens here. And let's see what else we have here. Yeah, because we've got the Emperor, number 4, and the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind. And, this is Aries and newness. So I feel like that you have peace of mind about this. And because I kind of feel like, let me tell you what they're showing me in my head is like, hey, I'm just not going to be able to do it, but how about we get together, Monday or Tuesday or blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So I feel like they're not gonna be able to do it, but I feel like they're like, but how about we get together, da da da, So I feel like they will contact you going, no, I'm not gonna be able to make it. Um, you know, had a little too much Easter dinner wine or whatever. But they then make plans of the time, like, because the four is a very solid number, and I feel like you have peace of mind about it, where you're just like, all right, um, and I like that you and this is spirit going, and I like that you're not gonna use words when he says it of, oh well, I was hoping you would, but that's fine, instead it's a you know, like you can say darn with us, but with them, you'll be like, oh, no, no problem. Oh, that sounds great. Let's get together then. Thank you for letting me know. It's that kind of approach. I feel like with them, they don't, uh, they don't, I feel like they were manipulated a lot growing up, like by a parent or a sister or somebody, right? Right. Wink, wink. So, they don't like people that play the poor me card on them to try to make them feel guilty. They like they had a Jewish grandmother that gave him the guilt all the time, or the, Greek grandma or whoever it was. They gave him the guilt all the time, and they don't like to be made to feel guilty. And so I like that. Okay. So you don't want to be his mother. But I like this. We've got the nine of wands and the nine of cups, wish fulfillment, and here's this movement here. Two nines, which is hermit mode. So tomorrow, it's like, don't let that energy keep you from having a wish fulfillment. Just allow it to fold, and understand too that there is a little block for a reason, and that's good. you know I almost feel like, if they would have, um you know after spending time with their family, they're not going to have any energy left. It's almost like they're exhausted. Like, are they an introvert? I almost feel like they get exhausted by groups, and that they need their alone time to regenerate. And you want them at their, like a phone at 100%, not on the red where they're about to turn off, right? You want them to be energized and to have done nothing else, and then they get to see you, right? At least not being around draining situations where they're just like, oh, I need my alone time. So I like that. Yeah, because here we go. You do end up Three of Cups, joy, celebration, getting together. Six of Cups. I'm sorry, Six of Pentacles. I was thinking cups here. Is equal giving and receiving too. So I like that, allowing that equalness to come in here. So I like that. And this, oh, okay, yeah, this was the answer to what did he think when you told him that you wanted to cuddle? Woohoo! Joy, 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 equal giving and receiving. So I like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that makes sense. So it actually is for you that Nine of Wands is like energy barrier, and that too. So I really like that um, for you. So that's what they have for you, Crescent Moon. Thank you again so much for your donation, and I'm glad you scooched in the door just in time there. So many, many blessings to you. Hey, Lovey. Aw, you're so sweet. Yeah, yeah, it was. Taurus, they're very much romantics. They're ruled by the planet Venus, so they are like, oh, cuddle, okay, that's cute. but not after a day with their mother. They're like, I need to be alone in the fetal position. Yeah, they need to be alone in the fetal position after they've been with their mom. All right. Many blessings. All right. Yeah, blessed Easter to you, lovey. Yeah, let's take a look here. Any messages from your next sweetie pie? You crack me up. And lovey, lovey. This will be my last reading for this session. All right. All right. So I do here with the Page of Swords that it feels like new communication. Any messages? Yeah, you actually have messages coming in. In fact, you might have communication coming in from them here. Because we've got both the Four of Cups and the King of Cups here. And, you know, the King of Cups is a balanced energy between heart and mind. And you have the Four of Cups too, which is emotional stability that comes in here. So I like that. They're basically telling you, I am a stable individual. You're like, thank goodness. But with these cups here, I really feel like it's a water sign. But they're also, you know, with that air energy that comes in, they're balanced, you know. So they must have like air in their chart. Yeah, well, with the Page of Swords makes sense too. Swords is air energy. So they're a new thinker. They like learning new things too. So I feel like they're one of those individuals who's a constant student of life. You know, they're always reading something, always catching up on something new, always wanting to, um, learn. You know, they hear about something, they want to investigate it and learn about it. They don't want to just go, oh, okay, whatever, but they just want to understand. So very intelligent, but also very emotionally balanced too. So I like that. So I feel like they're I don't know why they're telling you this. This is their message for you. Maybe to put your mind at ease. Maybe you've been around a lot of people that have been unstable lately, and you're just like, please, please, can they just be someone that I don't have to worry about that's going to be a psycho or that's going to be like, you know, extreme? Can I just have someone who's just wonderfully balanced? And this is them telling you, yes, I am. So I like that for you, Lovey. All right. Many blessings, everybody. So I really am heading out this time. So many, I think. But you guys crack me up, and I'm so glad I was able to have you guys come here. Merci beaucoup. Ah, very good. You're like, someone that you can feel safe around, Lovey. I like it. So everyone have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night or day wherever you're at in the world. And as I said before, remember you are unconditionally loved every second of every day by the mother and father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, much love to you. You hang in there and take care of yourselves. We'll see you.